G'day, it's Chef Jason here, and welcome to The Great Bite. Here we share love for all things culinary, including history, recipes, and stories. So don't forget to subscribe and join in on the adventure. When we think of celebrity chefs today, names like Gordon Ramsay, Jamie Oliver, or Julia Child might come to mind. But more than 150 years before television cooking shows, social media, or Michelin star restaurants became household topics, there lived a man whose fame rivaled that of politicians and royalty. His name was Alexis Soyer. He was more than a master chef. He was an inventor, humanitarian, engineer, entrepreneur, author, and reformer. He revolutionized professional kitchens, fed thousands during one of history's worst famines, transformed military cooking during wartime, and pioneered ideas that still influence modern culinary practices. Although his name may have faded into popular memory, his innovations live on in commercial kitchens, military catering, institutional food service, and even emergency disaster relief. This is the remarkable story of Alexis Soyer, the Victorian chef who believed that good food could change the world. Alexis Benoit Soyer was born on February 4th, 1810, in the town of Meaux, northeast of Paris, France. He grew up during one of Europe's most turbulent periods. Napoleon Bonaparte ruled much of the continent, and France was experiencing dramatical political and social change. His family wasn't wealthy. His father worked as a grocer and struggled to provide for the household. Some accounts suggest that Alexis was originally intended for a religious career, even attending a seminary as a child before leaving to pursue cooking instead. At just 11 years old, Alexis moved to Paris to live with his older brother Philippe, who was already an accomplished chef. Paris was considered the culinary capital of Europe at the time. French cuisine was becoming increasingly sophisticated after the French Revolution. Former royal chefs had entered restaurants bringing refined cooking techniques to the public. Young Alexis entered this exciting culinary world as an apprentice. His talent quickly became obvious. Unlike many apprentices who spent years peeling vegetables and washing pots, Alexis learned at an extraordinary speed. By the age of 17, he had already become the head chef of a respected Paris restaurant, managing a brigade of 12 cooks. An incredible achievement for someone still in his teens. In 1830, France erupted once again. The July Revolution overthrew King Charles X and plunged Paris into chaos. At the time, Soyer was cooking for Prince Jules de Polignac, one of the most unpopular politicians in France. When revolution broke out, his association with the Bourbon government suddenly became dangerous. Like many talented French chefs before him, Alexis made a life-changing decision. He crossed the English Channel. London would become his new home, and little did Britain know that one young French refugee would forever change its culinary history. French chefs were already highly respected among Britain's aristocracy. So he began working for noble families that included the Duke of Cambridge, the Marquis of Waterford, and the Duke of Sutherland. Each position expanded both his culinary knowledge and his reputation. He wasn't just merely cooking lavish dinners, though. He observed how kitchens functioned. He noticed inefficiencies, poor ventilation, bad workflow, dangerous fires, and slow service. He began imagining kitchens that worked more like precision machines than cluttered workshops. This engineering mindset would soon make him famous. Everything changed in 1837. Soyer accepted the position of head chef at London's newly established Reform Club. This wasn't simply another kitchen. It would become his laboratory. Working closely with architect Charles Barry, Soyer designed one of the most technologically advanced kitchens in Europe. Features included running hot and cold water, improved ventilation, gas cooking equipment, steam-powered cooking systems, adjustable ovens, refrigerated storage, efficient workstation layouts. These innovations seem ordinary today. In the 1930s, though, they were revolutionary. Professional chefs from around Europe simply came to see Soyer's kitchen. It became one of London's greatest attractions. Unlike many chefs of his era, Soyer loved publicity. He welcomed journalists. He wrote newspaper articles, published recipes, and gave demonstrations. He entertained guests with theatrical cooking performances. He understood something decades before anyone else did. People love watching great chefs. His famous lamb cutlets reform became one of London's signature dishes and remains associated with the Reform Club to this day. Long before television existed, Alexis Soyer had become Britain's first true celebrity chef. In 1837, Alexis married the talented artist Emma Jones. Emma painted portraits and quickly developed a successful artistic career. Their marriage appeared filled with affection and mutual admiration, but happiness would be painfully short-lived. Only 5 years later, Emma died during childbirth at just 28 years old. Soyer was devastated. Friends said he never truly recovered from the loss. He buried Emma beneath an elaborate monument at Kensal Green Cemetery and would eventually be buried beside her. In 1845, disaster struck Ireland. The potato crop failed. What followed became one of Europe's greatest humanitarian catastrophes. Millions faced starvation. Instead of remaining safely in London serving wealthy gentlemen, Alexis Soyer volunteered to help. He believed that cooking should serve humanity. Working with the British government, Soyer travelled to Dublin. There he designed enormous public soup kitchens capable of feeding thousands every day. His kitchens were carefully engineered for efficiency. Large boilers, measured ingredients, standardized recipes, fast service, and minimal waste. Some kitchens reportedly produce enough soup to feed approximately 1,000 people every hour. He also published inexpensive cookbooks explaining how ordinary families could prepare nutritious meals with limited resources. This wasn't gourmet cooking. It was survival through culinary science. Returning to London, Soyer continued inventing. Among his creations was the famous Soyer magic stove. Portable, fuel-efficient, easy to operate. Elegant enough for dining rooms, practical enough for households. It became one of Victoria Britain's most successful cooking appliances. He also designed countless utensils, kitchen layouts, portable ovens, and labor-saving equipment. Many principles of modern commercial kitchens can trace their origins to Soyer's thinking. In 1851, London hosted the Great Exhibition. Rather than work inside the exhibition itself, Soyer leased Gore House opposite Hyde Park and transformed it into the spectacular gastronomic symposium of all nations. Guests enjoyed elaborate meals surrounded by fountains, sculpture, music, fireworks, and themed attractions inspired by cultures around the world. It sounded like a guaranteed success. Unfortunately, reality proved different. Operating costs soared. Crowds were unpredictable. Licensing problems emerged. And eventually, the venture collapsed, costing Soyer a fortune. He reportedly lost around £7,000. It was a staggering sum in Victoria, Britain, yet even financial disaster couldn't diminish his determination. In 1855, shocking newspaper reports described British soldiers suffering from hunger, disease, and dreadful cooking during the Crimean War. The army's food wasn't always lacking. The preparation was. Many soldiers never learned to cook. Meat was burned outside and raw inside. Bread spoiled, nutrition suffered, disease spread. Reading these reports, Soyer once again volunteered his services at his own expense. The British government accepted immediately. In the Crimea, Soyer worked alongside Florence Nightingale. Together, they transformed hospital kitchens. Meals became nutritious. Preparation became organized. Waste declined. Sanitation improved. He developed practical recipes specifically designed for wounded soldiers. He introduced standardized cooking methods. He trained cooks. He inspected kitchens. He even personally cooked for military units. His reforms demonstrated something revolutionary. Food wasn't simply comfort, it was medicine. Proper nutrition saved lives. Perhaps Sawyer's greatest invention emerged during the Crimean campaign. The Soyer field stove. Portable, durable, fuel efficient, capable of feeding hundreds of soldiers. The stove dramatically improved military catering. Versions remained in military service for decades. Some historians consider it one of the most influential military cooking inventions ever produced. Soyer believed culinary knowledge should belong to everyone, not just the wealthy. He authored numerous books. Among the best known were The Gastronomic Regenerator, The Pantryfion, and The Shilling Cookery for the People. These books explain not only recipes, but nutrition, kitchen organization, food economy, and culinary science. Many recipes were designed specifically for working class families. Good food, Soyer argued, should never be reserved for the rich. Life in the Crimea had taken its toll. Disease, exhaustion, stress, years of relentless work. Soyer contracted serious illness while serving abroad. Friends urged him to rest. Doctors warned him to slow down. He refused. There was always another project, another invention, another kitchen needing improvement, another book to write. Back in London, Soyer continued designing military kitchens and lecturing on institutional catering. One of his final achievements was creating model kitchens for Wellington barracks. Even in declining health, he remained driven by improvement and innovation. On August the 5th, 1858, Alexis Soyer died after suffering a stroke. He was only 48 years old. His funeral drew admiration from people across Britain, not merely because he had been a great chef, because he had used his great skills in the service of humanity. Today, Alexis Soyer's influence is everywhere. Commercial kitchens are designed around efficiency. Military field kitchens feed armies using standardized systems. Hospital nutrition is recognized as essential to recovery. Disaster relief organizations rely on mass feeding principles similar to those Soyer pioneered. And celebrity chefs write books, appear in the media, and use their fame to support charitable causes. Soyer did all that first. He proved that chefs could be inventors, scientists, engineers, teachers, humanitarians, and not merely cooks. History remembers kings, generals, and inventors. Yet sometimes one unremarkable chef changes lives just as profoundly. Alexis Soyer never sought power. He sought better food, better kitchens, better health, better lives. His recipes fed the hungry. His inventions saved soldiers. His kitchen designs inspired generations. His books educated ordinary families, and his compassion transformed the role of the chef forever. Though his name might not be so familiar today as Escoffier or Bourdain, Alexis Soyer deserves his place among the greatest culinary pioneers in history. He showed that cooking is far more than preparing meals. It is innovation, it is service, it is science, and above all, it is an act of humanity. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please leave a comment below. This is Chef Jason, and remember, love is the secret ingredient.